is Angela. Second blog post now for our brand new channel. We're looking at sharing some information with you about traveling and thrifting and reselling online. We sell on multiple platforms, including eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy. And so I guess we're just gonna call this episode Rocking Chair Recollections. We're here at Lake Gaston. It's one of my happy places. I'm wondering, I think that Lake Gaston could probably be a happy place for a lot of people, but maybe you can comment down below on where your happy place is. I'd really be interested, and we love to travel, so if I could go and visit one of your happy places and maybe do a video recording from there someday, maybe that's something you might enjoy. But for today, it is April 1st, 2024, so I just wanted to share with you some of the sales that we've had over the last 31 days. So here we go. eBay has a really nice performance tab on their website. So if you go to your seller hub, if you're selling on eBay, and go to performance, you can find all kinds of great information there. If you go under summary, you'll see a 90-day total. Ours happens to be $2,923.39. Our gross sales over the last 31 days has been $928.76, which represents an increase of about 9.2% over the previous 31 days. Our listing page views, which really, to me, I think is the only traffic data that's important. Impressions and things like that, I just haven't seen them convert into sales, but I think listing page views, potential buyers are spending a little bit more time with your listing. So we've seen that go up about 4.5%. And our sales conversion rate is now 1.1%. Our goal is always to be at around 1%. And sales conversion basically means that you're able to convert a listing into a sale over 90 days. I have about 200 listings. I'm trying to get that number higher, but quite honestly, as things sell and then having to try and list new items, it is a little bit difficult to even keep up with 200 listings when this is a hobby business rather than a full-time business. I watch a lot of YouTube content from people who are doing eBay and other e-commerce platforms as a full-time income, but we're just doing this as a hobby. It really helps us with helping to offset some costs for our family as we travel as a family. We're a large group. Our next big trip with our family is to Japan in June, and there will be 9 of us going. So just looking at some options there. Hopefully I'll be able to share some more content with you about the planning for that trip, and also looking at some places that we could thrift in Japan, which I think would be super exciting and interesting. I've seen selling costs on eBay go up slightly. We're at 24%. I like to try and keep that around 20 to 22%. And costs include things like taxes, eBay fees, shipping fees, and also if you make any charity donations. So after taking out all fees from our eBay gross sales, we have net sales of $643.20. We had 19 transactions, and all of those were unique buyers. One of the things that we'd like to work on our eBay shop as well is trying to get repeat buyers to our shop a little bit more often, or provide more opportunity for people to buy more than one item at a time. We're currently rated top rated, which is the highest rating for an eBay seller. There are 3 different ratings. You can be below standard, standard, or top rated, and eBay will evaluate your shop on the 20th of every month to determine what your seller status will be. We had a transaction defect rate of 0.35%, and the expectation for top rated is 0.50% or less. Our defect rate is one of the, was from very early on when we first started on eBay, and we actually sold an item on a different platform, and a buyer bought it also on the eBay platform, but we didn't have it then to ship, so we had to state that the item was no longer in stock, and this is a very bad transgression when it comes to eBay. My cameraman is being licked by a dog right now, so you may see a little shakiness in the video right now. The other area was we had 1.23% late shipment rate, and the expectation for top rated is 3% or less. And this occurred when I put the shop on time away status. We went on vacation, but had a buyer had sent an offer to a potential buyer. They had not accepted yet, and then we had gone on our trip, and so we weren't at home to be able to ship it after they accepted our offer. And so that was a defect on our account. But fortunately, we're still able to meet that 3% or less on late shipment, so we're able to keep our top rated status. I wanted to share with you that we have had some returns. I know that people are really get really sad and upset about returns. I don't really mind it. I figure if someone doesn't like something that they got, I mean, I certainly don't want to, make it difficult for someone not to be able to return something if they don't like it or if it doesn't fit. And that's part of being a top rated seller as well. In order to be top rated, you have to, or top rated plus, to get that seal on one of your listings, you have to be a top rated seller. You have to have 1 day selling or 1 day handling, shipping and handling, and free 30-day returns. So all of those things are in place. I wanted to give you an idea of what sold on eBay. We sold some OtterBox phone cases. I will tell you, it is really dangerous to sell OtterBox on eBay. They have a very strict policy. OtterBox has a very strict policy about using their brand and also the potential for counterfeit items. I didn't know this until after I had already sold a couple of OtterBox, so I've taken all the other OtterBox phone cases down, but we did sell 3 while they were up and very quickly. I got those at an estate sale. And then we sold a Coach leather briefcase. Coach really isn't selling as quickly as it used to. I think the market has really become flooded. That briefcase is from our home stash, and that sold for $87.65 net. We sold Ironman triathlon shorts made by 2XU for $57.87 net. That came from our home stash. An Ironman Hawaii trucker hat for $25.70 net, and that also came from our home stash. We sold a Johnny Was Merita blouse for $128.85, which came from our home stash and still had tags on it. It was brand new, never worn. We sold a pair of Lululemon pants. They were extra smalls. Extra small does not sell very quickly on eBay or other platforms, just so you know, just a smaller buyer group. Those sold for $10.58 net. Those were purchased at an estate sale. We sold a pair of jeans, size 20W, a plus size jean for women, $26.61. Plus sizes and larger sizes will sell faster on all of the e-commerce platforms. We got those at a thrift shop. We sold a Juicy Couture charm. It was a horseshoe shape. As you look into your own closets, if you have anything that is horse related, equestrian, any type of keywords that go back to horse, and then of course Juicy Couture, these charms are now considered vintage items. We got that from our home stash. That was $12.68 net. And we also sold a cast iron butterfly door knocker that we acquired at an antique store in Chattanooga on our trip there. That sold for $21.33, and we got the sweetest note from the buyer about how that's going into her new home with her. She just got married, and her new last name actually means butterfly. So I thought that was a really sweet note from her and made me super happy. We sold a brown vegan leather belt from our home stash. It still had its tags on. We sold it for $15.16 net. A Sony CyberShot digital phone for $72.76. It sold really quickly. We got that from our home stash, and these digital cameras do sell quickly. Even if they're broken, you can still list them and sell them for parts. A nice little profit there. We sold some Costa Del Mar sunglasses for $87.54. These are very popular with fishermen, so make sure that you include that keyword as like fishing or fisherman in the listing for these types of sunglasses. And fishing season has begun, so people are looking for things related to being outside and doing activities outside. We sold some Philips Sonicare toothbrush heads. I had these at home forever because I got them at Costco at one point, and they were the wrong size for my electric toothbrush. and I just had them sitting in a drawer, and finally decided to try and list those. And we sold those for a profit of $25.40. So think about the things that you have in your drawers too, that you might be able to take out and have someone else be able to utilize that product, and also bring some profit into your own pocket. We sold a Proco Dynamic cord. It went to a sound system that sold for $14.55, and that came from our home stash. A Lucky Brand shirt for women, $13.28, that came from our home closet. And a St. Louis Cardinals kids jersey, baseball jersey. It was in great condition. It's for kids. That came from the closet of our son, who's now in college and certainly can't fit into that anymore. The reason I share this particular list with you and document where it came from is because of the 19 items that sold on eBay this past month, 12 of them were from home. And this is the biggest piece of advice that I can give you, is if you are just getting started on eBay or any other e-commerce platform, don't go out and start investing money in estate sales or even garage sales. The best place to start is right at home, so you can learn from those items. It won't cost you anything, and it is a great investment in your ability to learn how these platforms work, what mistakes could be made, and what mistakes can be avoided, and some best practices before you start creating more investment and adding to your cost of goods. Just as a side note, we also sold some really great items on Mercari. I'll highlight the lava lamps that we sold. Lava lamps are very popular right now. Poshmark, we sold about $350 on Poshmark net. Most of that came from on shoes that we had. And on Etsy, we sold a couple of porcelain hand-painted Easter eggs in time for Easter, which was yesterday. So overall, our gross sales across all platforms was $1,668, and those funds will be used to help us pay for our family trip to Japan in June. And I'll continue to provide you with more information about the planning for that trip and other items that sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Etsy. So for now, it's time to go watch some NCAA women's basketball. Thanks for tuning in from Lake Gaston. While the sun set, it's the magical hour here at Lake Gaston. Hopefully you saw that maybe in the reflection of the window, but thanks so much for checking in, and thank you to my 10 whole subscribers. I love you guys. Bye.